October the 18th, 2019. Guys, you're looking at satellite images over our Gulf of Mexico. The center of this storm, potential Tropical Storm 16, is sitting right there in the center, dead south of Louisiana. And you've got models that are going two different ways. 3 go over the Tampa area in South Florida. 4, including the naval model, keep this thing moving up into the northern Florida panhandle. We'll take a look at it. But you can see as it recycles through the night that you got very powerful thunderstorms there. Now, it's still at 40 miles an hour. About 2 o'clock today, as you can see, it's supposed to be up to a tropical storm at 45 miles an hour, speeding up just to 50 and coming in again somewhere between Pensacola and down past Panama City. This thing is, you kind of got a wobble right there now. And you notice right there at Saturday, it takes a turn slightly to the left. So all of my friends from Mobile down into Pensacola, Perdido Key, you guys keep an eye on that. Kelly, Bill, Josh, Eric, all you guys, you know what's going on. Watch your boats. Anyway, again, the Navy model is the purple model. It takes it furthest north. You can see it coming in right along that Florida and Alabama line. So just keep an eye on it. Now, you guys up north are finally getting a break. Not everyone, but it's starting to pull out somewhat. But this has been a terrible nor'easter. Really, it wasn't a nor'easter. Technically, they didn't call it that. It was a bombogenesis because the winds were coming out of the south-southeast instead of the north. It says the track from the hurricane center has potential landfall of a tropical storm being anywhere from Baldwin County in southwest Alabama to the Big Bend. The worst of the weather will be Friday night, early Saturday. You got rip currents, 3 to 6 inches of rain, 39 to 73 mile per hour tropical storm force winds. But listen, high seas reaching 14 to 16 feet. Okay? Surf's up, but it's going to be nighttime and cold, and don't mess with it. Tropical storm warnings all along the Gulf of Mexico from the Texas, Louisiana line all the way east. You got gale warnings coming out on the east coast as it passes. See this, guys, in this light pink right there. Now, we got cold weather setting in, and it may break records for October. There's going to be a big dive of cold air that plunges from the north, and it's going to head south more than it heads east, and it could sit here for the rest of the month of October, guys, all the way up into Halloween. Again, we've already had one of the 4 or 5 coldest Octobers on record. This could break it because we are in grand solar minimum, guys. It's going to get worse each year as we dip out of the peaks after about 6 years and drop back down. Each valley will become lower. But here's what they're saying: the cold October and late month pattern. You've got the East Pacific Ridge in the orange on the left. You've got the Greenland block on the right. This will force this cold air into the south via the jet stream, and it could trap it here. Normally, we don't get this weather until later in the year, but they're saying one uncertainty is this colder outlook is how much seeps to the east coast, depending on the exact orientation of that jet stream. You remember the block up on the east coast. The cold air could plunge more south than east. The highest confidence of persistent cold to end October is in the nation's midsection. Parts of the west coast could escape it. The first half of October has been among the 5 coldest on record in much of the northwest, northern Rockies, and part of the northern plains, according to the Southeast Regional Climate Center. Guys, be prepared for these winters as we go through these, again, grand solar minimums and these deeper dives into winter. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.